Woo! That old air suspension thing is working like a champ. She goes up, she goes down. She gets groovy. And that leads us to the next part of the equation, the rear suspension. You might be asking yourself, Simon, couldn't you just leave it as leaf spring rear end? No, I cannot. No, Simon says no, we can't. That's dumb. We gotta do that low riding, airbag dropping, tail dragging, spark throwing, Ratrod shit. What the hell? I win. We're going 4-link, baby. Yeah, buddy. 4-link airbags, never done it before. We're gonna figure it out. It can't be, it's probably complicated, but we're still gonna figure it out. It's not a big deal. You might be asking yourself, Simon, should I be doing this to my axle? Well, if you wanna put a 4-link on it, you're gonna have to. It's that simple, really. There's gotta be somewhere for the bracketry to attach and whatnot. I, however, do not have any of those brackets yet because I didn't plan far enough ahead and order that stuff early enough. Sure hope it shows up this week though, because that'll delay me if it doesn't. It's not like there's not a million other things I could be doing, but this is what I want to be doing. So we'll just put a little hope bow on that and see what happens. In the meantime, I'm gonna get all this extra weld and slag and everything cleaned up on this axle. So when they do show up, we're ready to set it in and start welding. I have no idea where or how to locate this axle yet. But I will. I promise I'll figure it out. Kind of. Probably by winging it. Either way, it'll be in. My excellent cutting skills with the torch have proved fruitful, and we've sprung a leak. I got a little greedy there. We put a hole in the tube. I'm not even concerned. We'll get all this ground cleaned up. We'll fill her back in with a little old weld. It'd be good as new. You won't notice it. It'll be fine. Boy, it stinks though. Ooh, gear lube. Remember kids, Simon says if you're gonna screw up, you better be able to hide it. This is what we call problem meets solution. I don't know what gas combination just happened there, but it sucked the oxygen right out of me. It was freaking rad. Yeah, super awesome. Whew. We'll just do the old flipper upside down and see if she leaks test. Oh my god, I'm still tasting whatever that gas reaction was. I wonder if that brake cleaner was non-chlorinated. Or chlorinated. I bet that brake cleaner was chlorinated. But it was all evaporated when I got to it. I don't know. I make a lot of mistakes, folks, and that was just another one to add to the list. Fixed. I call that a win. Of course, I did the incorrect thing and didn't measure a single thing before taking it all apart. When am I gonna learn to do that? Because it's really getting old. Boingy, 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 boingy. I've already gone through and located the center point of the axle, because that's the locating pin. Center of the axle goes on there on the frame. I also know if I just set the axle back on top of them springs, that's in a stock location. We don't want that. We want to go down lower. So we need to go up higher. Some of that reverse psychology stuff. I don't understand all the magic that makes it work. It just does. So I'm gonna set my ride height 2 inches off the top of that leaf spring. That would essentially give me a 2-inch drop from factory. Is that right? I don't know. Nobody's here to tell me any different, so we're gonna do it. Basically just gotta get the old rear end in there, shoved in there. This would be a whole lot easier to get that rear end underneath that frame if I had some help. But I don't. So we're gonna figure out how to do it without throwing the old backaroo out, because I gotta work tomorrow. The first thing we gotta do is we gotta lose some weight here, because she's heavy. Oh, she angry. She doesn't want to give up that wheel easily. Good thing I've got more tools. The old grunt bar rarely lets me down. Oh, it might let me down. Holy buckets! They did not want that coming off. Oh yeah, that's gonna be fun. Huh. Yeah. I wonder if this little guy can get it. She just needed a little love tap. Let her know she's loved, you know? These have to go outside. Mainly because my garage is like a 5-pound bag with 10 pounds of shit in it. We're over capacity, you could say. How's this side gonna go? Oh, there she goes. She gave up the goods. Yep, that one's needing a little love tap too. If you care about your rims, I wouldn't suggest this. Ah, I just smashed my thumb or my finger. Ha ha ha. Well, you are being really stubborn. Look at Big Betty out here. How do I know it's Betty? It's a little loose. But she still gets the job done. Anybody need some wheels? We got them styling holes in them. Triangles maybe? Maybe they're polygons? I don't know. Goodbye. You gotta put the lug nuts back on because, well, mainly so I don't lose them. If you're new to the channel, you'll learn pretty quickly I'm a bit of a train wreck. Oh, she fits, so it ships. I think that's how it goes. I almost just ran my damn toe over. The car doesn't even drive yet. Always trying to take me out. Well, this is not good. Whoa, ow, that's sharp. Holy crap. It even drew blood. Jerk. If I put the axle directly on the springs, that is ride height with no body on it. So if I raise the axle off the springs, you know, 1 inch, 2 inch, 6 inches, whatever, locate it with the center. We should be fine. At ride height, it'll have a 2-inch drop. We do some of that link bar stuff. It'll go up and down, and we'll see how high we can get that thing, because I'd really like to see that as close to the ground as possible. So there's probably a C-notch in my future, which I'm okay with, but I gotta get the frickin' axle located. I'm not sure how well that's gonna go with one guy jumping across and back and forth, and then let's hope nobody messes with the frame and doesn't bump it. And by nobody, I mean me. It's always me. Would you look at that? It's literally, I mean, it's hard to tell, but it's almost 2 inches dead on sitting where it's at. So I think we just locate it where it sits. We gotta figure out the pinion angle. They say plus or minus 3 degrees or 0.03. Some degrees, I don't really know. So I gotta get that up where it needs to be. The front is not at right height, so I can't do it to the frame, but I think if I put a level on the front and then go plus or minus the 0.03 degrees from there, we should be okay. That should be, because that'll be right height. This is the height the car will drive at. Sure hope I'm thinking all this out correctly, because if I'm not, boy, is this gonna look dumb. We're going for it. A guy's just gotta commit to his decisions, right or wrong, usually wrong. Either way, it's a commitment. What are the odds these bolts are gonna come out? Not very promising. We'll give the old PB blaster a shot here. Exciting things are about to maybe happen. Well, that ain't gonna work. This rear end just likes it a little rough. That's probably a good thing because I'm gonna be rough on it. Burnouts are fun. I'm using this level here to help me guess where this rear end's supposed to be. I got a center this rear end left to right. I kind of got a pinion angle where I want it, I think. I don't know, it's about 3. I don't know if that's gonna be good enough or not. I'm still really unsure of all this, so we're just gonna keep locking it in. Gone and done the old shuffle, 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 and eyeballed it over the center. It's not perfect, I'm well aware of that. But I can only do one measurement at a time. So right now I'm gonna get left to right figured out, then we'll get forward and back figured out. And then try and lock it in somehow. I'm using this level so, because you guys, it's got a bubble in there, so it makes it easier to find out whether I'm holding this level straight up and down. And then I've got a consistent way to measure, because I could be bending this thing way in there like that and not even know it, and then my measurements are gonna be all wonky. Ask me how I know that. Go on, ask me. I'll tell you that I've screwed up and learned the hard way. Oh, come on, work with me here. Okay, we're level. So I think I need to go to 1/4 inch that way. Oh, that seemed like a lot. That seemed like a whole lot. 1.25 inches. Level. 1.15 inches. Way too far. I think I'm right back where I started. I'm absolutely right back where I started. Oh, this is gonna be one of them projects. It's like 1 3/8. It's like just doing the do-si-do here. Back and forth we go. Around and round and round. 1 3/4 inches. Wow, this is not working. What's an acceptable tolerance from side to side? Oh, don't move. Probably right back where I started. This is the glamorous life of building cars, people. Frustration and repetitiveness. Oh, this rotated. No. No, it's all moving. 1 5/8 inches. I actually think we're only a 1/16 off, because I think that side might have been a little more. But it keeps moving on me. That's right, folks. I know the definition of insanity. Doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting a different outcome. It ain't gonna happen. So what I'm gonna do is change directions on my process. Sometimes you gotta evolve with the build, And that's what I think I'm doing. I just realized I don't know if that's gonna work. Simon, how are you gonna make this work? See, what I did was cut some blocks of wood, set them under the axle. That's my spacer. I know it's a 2x4, not an actual 2-inch block. It's fine. But when I raise the frame up, the springs sag. So it's actually not where the axle needs to be. It's gonna be too low. We gotta figure this out here, people, because I don't know what to do. I don't know. There's gotta be a way for a guy to figure this out. I know where I want it. I just don't know how to get it there. Half the challenge of building a car by yourself is figuring out how you get things done. Let's just put it simply. I don't know what I'm gonna do here. I want to get it done. I want it to be easy. It's always gotta be easy. Cause nobody likes life hard. Really wish I knew what I was doing. Your old buddy Simon thinks he figured it out here. I haven't confirmed my theory yet, but I think I know how to get the axle located where it needs to be, so when I do the 4-link, it works. Simon says there ain't no quitting team, so we're gonna keep pushing forward. We ain't giving up on this build-off over a little old rear end issue. No. We're gonna smack that thing around until we get it right where we want it. And here's how we're gonna do it. We are already maxed out on the suspension here. We're about 4 inches. We're gonna raise these bags up. I know they lift a total of 9 inches. We're gonna put them in the middle, so we'll raise her up, 4.5 inches. That'll be our ride height, because it's in the middle. We can go up and down from there. That's at 4.5 inches. So we need to go up a little bit. Going up. That never gets old. 4.5 plus 4.5 would be 9, because we're splitting the difference of how high the bags can lift, which is 9 inches. So I'm gonna put ride height right in the middle, 4.5 inches. Can always adjust it later. Right on the money. Then all we gotta do is block this all up so that doesn't go any farther than that. Level the frame. That'll tell me my ride height when I do the rear. It's perfect. These things are leaking so damn fast and bad that I gotta get other stuff to hold the frame up. It's not the bags leaking, it's all the fittings, because nothing's got tape on it and the thread goop, and most of it's just hand tight. I was just excited. I wanted to see if it worked. So we're gonna resort to the old mechanical method. Up and over we go. Oh my God. Actually, I shouldn't have put this in here. Bad, Simon. That puts us, what is that? 8 and 11/16ths? 3/16ths of an inch? Wait, that is wrong. 8 and 13/16ths. I almost just screwed up all the math right at the get-go. So good thing I caught myself on that. 3/16ths of an inch. I'm not gonna lose any sleep over that. I'm gonna be off somewhere else anyway, so I might as well just accept that fate and move forward. Now the trick is we gotta get the frame all level this way and that way, a little bit of this way probably. I'm not really sure, but we gotta get it level. Look at this. If you're sitting here wondering to yourself if what I'm doing would work for you, I don't know. Wait till the end and see if it worked for me first. I'll let you know by the end of the video, I'm sure. Frickin' perfect. Probably should check the other side. It's the same. We're right on. Minty. So I got the rear of the frame up on the jack stands. Don't let it fool you. That jack is like a supervisor. He ain't actually holding any weight. He's just sitting around. We got jack stands in the corners. We're a little to the back of the bubble here. The back of the lines. We're dead nuts on right there. Same with this side. Ka-ching. I'll take that one. I wonder if we're level at the back. Right on the frickin' money. Some might say I'm getting pretty good at this. A lot wouldn't. The front is at ride height. The frame is level, which means the frame is now at ride height. Assuming the frame is supposed to be level when it's going down the road. Looking at it though, I bet it is. Because I'm gonna run this size tire or a little smaller tire, this will be good enough. How tall is this tire? I mean, it's a 25-inch tall tire. It's close enough. Not like I have a choice. I don't really have anything else to put on. Ooh, I got these. What are these? They're maybe a little touch smaller. I don't know what to do. Screw it, we're gonna stay with these tires. I'd like to tell you because it doesn't really matter, but the honest to God reason is they're already on the axle. I don't have to swap them. So it'll either work or it won't. Like most things, it's a 50-50 shot. Either way, it's what we're going with. Check this out, huh? I found these two little jack stands of mine and they fit frickin' perfect under the axle. The wheel is just touching. I mean, it's scrubbing, it's right there. That's good enough for this guy, and it should be good enough for you too. It's gonna be perfect. We just gotta get the wheels busted off, and then we can start locating this axle. Finally, this axle is gonna find its home. Get them all nice and juiced up, and I'm really hoping it's sucking in there and starting to break that rust down. Or I'm just wasting it. Okay kids, don't get ahead of ourselves here. We still need to position this axle. Finding ride height, setting the axle height, that's all part of the equation. There's a whole multitude of things that need to go along with that. Like we need to center the axle, front to back, left to right. Yeah, that went well last time. I'm hoping it'll go a little bit better this time. It's up on jack stands, it should work a little easier. Then we gotta set our pinion angle still. So, we're not out of the woods yet. We're just a step closer. And I'm freaking happy with it and excited. I need to find center of the axle tube. That's what we need to do. Find center of the axle tube, drop a line down from this one. Yeah, that's what we need to do. I tell you what, I scratch my head too much more trying to figure this all out. I ain't gonna have no hair left. I'm already running short on supply up there anyways. I don't really need to add to the loss. I have what I would consider a solution. Still level, by the way. Figuring out for me how I am gonna center this axle front to back, not left to right, just front to back, has been challenging. It's probably because of lack of skill. Maybe some different tools would help. Either way, the problem's the same. I have a solution though. If you have better options, please share. I Googled the diameter of this axle tube as to what it should be, but I'm gonna confirm it's what it is. That's the diameter of said 8.8 axle. This measures at 3¼ inches. Just like it said online. The internet never lies. See, it's just further proof you can trust anything on the internet. Well, what do we do with that information now? What good is knowing the diameter of the axle? Oh, that's simple. I have already figured out where the center of the axle needs to be on my frame. So, that means we just gotta do a little measuring, simple measuring. I think half of 3¼ would be 1 5/8. I'm pretending that I figured that out in my head, but I used the calculator. Oh, the glory of TV magic make me look smarter than I am. If we come back, that inch and whatever it is I said, 5/8 I think, we draw a line, square, and then we do the same thing on that side. We measure everything and make sure that they are the exact same from left to right. And then we got this made, people. Woohoo! Because then I'm gonna take and drop a bar down here that this will butt up to, and as long as it's square tight to that on both sides, that axle is placed right where she needs to be, hopefully. All right, wait, no, Simon, don't screw this up. 1 5/8. We're gonna use a steadier measuring device. Boy, this thing's really kind of hard to read. Maybe it's not real hard to read and I'm just getting old. Now we'll use the old level straight edge here. Make sure we're nice and square. Seriously, if this is wrong, please tell me. That looks narrow here and wide here. Why? 1 5/8, 1 5/8. And that's 5/8. It says it's the same. I don't know. Now, if I've done everything correctly, everything should measure the same from this side to that side, and we can move forward. If. That's a very big if. So here's my line for my bar that I'm gonna put down. It measures 2.5 inches to the back of this hole. The exact same as the other side. I think we got this nailed, folks. We got this. We're golden. Snagging up some 1.5 inch square stock here. That should be plenty stout for holding an axle temporarily in place. I don't want it to move. Period. Some sort of speed clamp would probably be a better application. I can't find one right now, and I'm too lazy to keep looking. I fully expect this is gonna take some finessing to get perfect. Nice and accurate. Super right. If you're watching this thinking, boy, this guy really doesn't know what he's doing, I tried to tell you. But I ain't stopping. This car is gonna get built. Take your old speed level here. I don't know if that's what they're called. We'll just make sure she's where she needs to be. Probably get rid of all the metal shavings that are magneted onto it. Wonder where those came from. That was way too much. God, Simon, don't be such a Neanderthal. That's the word I'm looking for. That is nuts on level. 1.5 inches. I don't know if a guy can ask for much more than that. Look at me go, getting both sides set up, clamped, and leveled before I even turn the welder on and start really screwing it up. These are new highs for Simon. I'm just gonna throw that out there. It's all right, you can be impressed. I'm impressed. I even went and found my other level. I mean, it looks like a kid's toy, but a bubble's a bubble, people. I bet you thought I was gonna have this clamp all sized and ready to go. It's small steps, people. We ain't that good yet. Really could use an extra set of hands. All right, we are like right there. I think it's got to go back just a tiny 30-second, maybe. I'm covering my line a little more than I would like to. These are some hard lessons I've learned. Like how this one, I'm covering that line up more than I am on the other side. On the other side, I'm right up to the line. I have struggled with screwing that up so many times that now, with experience, wow, Simon has experience now. Ugh, that's crazy. Anyways, that can throw a guy's measurements off. That simple thing. So make sure you're consistent with where you put your lines and your stuff. Don't put your stuff where it's not supposed to go. That's all I'm saying. So we'll just give her a little love tap here. Not a love wallop, just a love tap. Right on the money. 1.5 inches on the swinging. And we're right on the bubble. It's perfect. This is 31 7/8 from the front of the hole. Let's check the other side. 31 7/8 on the frickin' nuts, man. I got this. Simon, get the welder. Let's burn him in. Man, if you ain't excited about figuring something out on your own that you didn't know how to do, what are you even doing? Still frickin' perfect. Ha ha, yes! Just know if this was bad idea, number 8003, I won't be so excited then now, will I? That ain't going nowhere though, folks. That is a locate mark. Point, bar, mount. It's a locate mount. Just because I drink rock stars, that doesn't make me a rock star. I did rock out mounting those bars for that axle locate though, didn't I? So maybe I am a rock star after all. Huh? How about that? Process that once. Simon, a professional rat rod builder. Okay, people, we gotta stop screwing around here and get down to work or we ain't gonna get nothing done today. Ow, that was my foot. So, frame is level, axle is at ride height. We now have where to push it back to. So we need to figure out our side to side and our pinion angle still. It should be easy, maybe. Don't really know. How do we attack that, you think? We already saw me fail the first time I tried to get the left to right. That went bad. But it might go better now that it's up on jack stands and not rolling around on the floor. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna figure out a left to right, and then we can always rotate that pinion around and get that put in spot. That way we're not fighting anything there. That's what we're doing. Yep. A guy's just gotta commit to a decision and go for it until it fails, and then find a different solution. That's all there is to it. It isn't rocket science. It's rock star science. Hell yeah. That's probably good for the heart. 2 3/8. No frickin' way. No way. I mean, no way. It's like there. How is that even possible? 8 3/16. 8 1/8. It's literally a 1/16 of an inch off. I need to call somebody and see if that's okay. I'm not afraid to ask for help. You shouldn't be either. I conferred with my buddy who builds cars like professionally, and he says I'll be fine. If I get worried about it, I can try and adjust it out with a 4-link. I did try and wiggle it a little bit, and I'm within a 30-second at this point, so we're gonna live with it. Rotate! Next on the agenda, pinion angle. We're gonna set our pinion degree angle at 2. I can always adjust it a little bit one way or the other with the 4-link, so I just needed it in the ballpark, you know? Now, as long as nothing else has moved, we should be able to tack this right in place. I'm so happy with how I'm doing this. I feel like I'm making strides to be a better builder. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna clamp this tighter than my wallet, make sure she doesn't move, tack her in place, collar done. Well, collar locked. Got my angle finder on there. We're set to weld. Let's do this before my jack settles and things move. It doesn't gotta look pretty, it's just gotta hold an axle. Because it definitely doesn't look pretty. Come on, baby, don't let me down. Please don't fall, please don't fall, please don't fall. I'm a champion. Right here, I'll take the trophy right now. Oh, nobody else cares. What do we do now? I don't freaking know. Let's figure it out. This ain't no magic trick, folks. There's no hidden cables. That axle is floating there where it needs to be at ride height, like we were going down the road. Now I'm living on my moment of success here, my 15 minutes of enjoyment. I am quickly reminded how I screw myself constantly. Though this is all ready to go to get link bars figured out, I didn't order my parts on time because, you know, I'm me. Just remember, Simon says if you're gonna order parts that you need for a project you're gonna do, that you know you're doing, and when you're doing it, till the day before you're supposed to do it, you're a dummy. That's what happened though. I could have made link bars from scratch. I know I could have. I'm starting to feel the time crunch though. So I ordered link bars. The problem is they won't be here for another 3 days. Uh-huh. Yeah, that's disappointing, I know. Stupid. Now, I just gotta wait. Wonder if they're here yet. Nope. Not here. Damn it, Simon. The guy's gotta get these damn springs off of here. And yeah, sure I could go through and cut them. We're gonna go through and cut them. This is just turning. I thought I could just sneak the bolt out of here, but that ain't gonna happen. Torch it is. I also should work on getting these drums off. I squirted them down again. I gave them their daily squirt of PB blaster. But those would be a lot easier to fight to get off now than when they're under the car. Yeah, I know that. I ain't wearing these glasses for a fashion statement, kids. I'm just trying to protect my spectacles, people. Should have brought my marshmallows. We could have had marshmallows. She getting stinky up in here, folks. Pooey. Now we didn't go full on scorched earth on it yet. We're just giving it a nice, good sun-kissed. Just like if you were from the Midwest and you went to Florida for spring break. That sun-kissed feel you get when you go to the beach. Voila! Hell yeah! Sweet! Oh, I could probably still use those. They got grooves in them. That means it works better. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire! Of course, this one's gonna be stubborn. You can't stand the heat. Get out of the garage. Boy, she is pissed off now. Look at her steaming. One thing done. Another thing off the list of things to do. Well, what the hell's a guy supposed to do? I even kind of swept up in here and cleaned everything up. We're ready for the 4-link bars, but the 4-link bars ain't ready for us. Damn it, Simon. Why do you gotta screw up so much? Take a deep breath, accept failure, come up with a solution. Solution? We have to wait. There's no other option. Nope, still not here. Damn it, Simon.